Well, I got a lot going on, that's for sure. Just got back from a 5-day trip in London where my wife ran the London Marathon. She's on her way to complete all 6 world marathons. She has 5 world marathons under her belt, along with 5 or 6 other marathons. So she's pretty damn awesome. Also just finished up that house I was working on in Gloucester, so that's done. And I bought a boat, so that's what brings me now heading down to register the boat. I am heading to New Bedford. I hardly ever go to New Bedford, so of course I'm gonna have to try some pizza. Now I have 2 places in New Bedford to pick from, but I think it's Dippers. That's where we're gonna go. First, let's register that boat, and then we'll head over, grab a pizza from the Dipper. That's what we're doing today. This will be my 107th South Shore Bar style pizza reviews. Those of you that are new to the channel, I started out reviewing South Shore Bar style pizza. That's where the channel started. I have branched out a little bit and been reviewing any place that I happen to go to. The other thing I try to bring to these videos is whether or not there's gluten-free available, because my wife has celiacs. So I've had a lot of people reply that they enjoy the fact that I say whether or not these places have gluten-free, or whether we've tried the gluten-free, and so on. If you check out my London videos, those are really bringing out a lot of gluten-free places, because when we travel, obviously we have to eat together, so we have to find places that have gluten-free offerings, which limits our places. Same with South Shore Bar style pizza. Not everybody can offer gluten-free pizza. A lot of it has to do with cross-contamination, and then the other thing is whether they are going to sell enough of it to actually make a gluten-free dough separate from their regular dough. So even the places that do offer gluten-free usually offer a frozen dough that they didn't make, or a cauliflower dough. Sometimes they're pretty good because they are cooked in a pan and they're cooked in those ovens. However, the places that make their own dough seem to be the best. We'll find out whether this place has gluten-free offerings or not. I'll let you know. I got a call coming in, so I gotta go. First, to register the boat.
Oh, you're looking for, oh, I didn't mean.
Oh.
Right around the corner, sir.
Thank you.
Go down, step around. Take a left and a left.
A left and a left. All right, thank you. So that was easy. I went in, there was only one person getting their boat registered, and there was 2 people to do it. So I walked up to the window, no more than five minutes, done. I was expecting there to be a line. So now, I guess I put 2 hours on my meter, and didn't even need 10 minutes. So I'm gonna jump on Google and see if there's a place to get a cup of coffee. It's a little too early to head over for a pizza, so I gotta kill a little bit of time. So we'll see what's in this area. All right, so I found this place right here, New England Homemade Donuts. So I'm gonna go check it out. I first thought that sign was a Dunkin' Donuts, but it's New England Homemade Donuts. Let's see what they got. Good morning. I will try. I'll just have this cream. This one that has the cream in it. Yeah. So I got the coffee. I grabbed a donut. It's in a bag. Let's try this coffee. Not bad. And they put the cream and sugar in it, so I like mine a little dark with milk. Spot on. Now we'll find out what that donut's like in a minute. So I got this great parking space and I have it until 1:40. So I might as well make use of it. Let's see what we got here. Here's the donut. Ooh, seems like it's fresh. So there it is, filled with cream. Messy. Delicious. Oh boy, that's for New England handmade donuts. Who knew? If you're in New Bedford, you know, register in a boat. Or maybe you're in court. There's a court over there too. Try out this place. Pretty good. A coffee. So the Dipper Cafe is 16 minutes away, which puts me at getting there at 11:55. Still a little too early. I'll take my time. Wait until they open. And actually, I'll check. Maybe they're open at 11:30. I can put in the pizza order and then head over there. Let's see. So they do open at 11. Works out great. I called, put in the order. Bacon on all of it. Mushroom on half of it. Said 20, 25, I think is what he said. But I'll be there a little early, as I usually do. Make sure it comes out hot, and I have it as hot as you can eat it. So let's head over there now. Looks like I'm getting through. So here it is here, the Dipper Cafe. Looks like I can pull in here and turn around and get a spot right out front. So here we are at the Dipper Cafe. Looks like a dive bar, which is what we love. We're right on time. So heading in. So they were spot on their time, and comes in a bag. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. I can tell you, I like what I see so far. Oh boy. This looks good. This looks good. Laced edges. And again, I never asked for laced edges. I just want to see how they cook it. This looks so good. Let's see. Undercarriage. So it's got to cool, obviously. I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna start the car because it's getting hot in here. Put the AC on, and then we'll get into this thing. All right, I gotta have a real hot piece right now because this thing just looks so good. It's a little stretch to the cheese, we can see. Great lacing. Oh, I'm gonna take a bite. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. A little chew to the dough. Flavor. Great. Good amount of sauce. When I say good, I mean it's light on sauce, but not too much and not too light. So there's not too much where everything's falling off, but there's enough on there where you get the flavor. And someone told me in one of the comments on why sometimes these pizzas on the very top of the crust next to the sauce doesn't get cooked, it actually gets steamed from the sauce. So I often wonder if that's why some of the ones that do really light sauce, so that doesn't happen. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's something you can notice when you get your pizza, is that very top layer of the dough is somewhat steamed, and I was told it's because of the sauce, which makes sense. Oh, that's good. The cheese blend is great. It really is. When you can taste the cheddar, there's got to be a little mix, I think. Great cheese. Lacing, let's try that. Nice crunch. Sauce is great. Cheese is great. Dough is great. That being said, I think it's one of those doughs that's between the Poopsies and the Linwood style, which I like. Oh, great crunch on that lacing. Toppings look like pretty good amount of toppings. I will say maybe I would like a little bit more of the bacon, but that's just me. It is the chopped bacon. The mushrooms look fresh, look really good. Let me take one off here. Mushrooms are great. Another piece. So the flop, for those of you that are interested, has a lot of flop, but it's very hot. And if you watch any of my videos, when it's right out of the oven, it's going to have a lot of flop. I mean, it's rare that you get one that has no flop, but some do. Poopsies, I believe, has no flop right out of the oven. So back to the toppings. The bacon's okay. As you know, not my favorite. I like the big pieces of bacon. Mushrooms are great. Also, I think contributing to the flop, I think, is the amount of sauce or the type of sauce that they use. Again, causing the dough not to cook on top is going to cause it to have more flop. Oh yeah, that's a great pizza. Boy, I'm faced with a big decision here. Could this jump into my top 10? An unexpected top 10. It's that good. Now, I always get afraid when the owners are asking me to come and try their pizza. This place has been trying to get me to come. In fact, I think he even offered to pay for the pizza, which I don't want to do. I don't want them to know when I'm coming, and I want to pay for my own pizza. So I don't expect to get free pizza when I review a place, nor do I want to. This pizza is excellent, and he was right to keep hopping me. I had another owner, I'm not going to say the name, you know, if you've been watching the reviews, you know which one. I had someone that kept saying, when are you going to try my pizza? When are you going to try my pizza? And I tried it, and it wasn't that great, as far as South Shore Bar style pizza goes. This, spot on. It really is good. A good amount of cheese. So if you're one that likes cheese, they're putting a good amount of cheese on this pizza. Like I said, a lot of flop. But flop, everyone gets hung up on the flop. Flop doesn't determine the taste. It's just how the crust cooks. Some of it's crispier than others and has no flop. And I'm sure it's a combination of how much sauce you put on and what you're doing with your dough, how thin you're spreading it, and so on. There's a lot to do with why it flops or doesn't flop. But just because it does or doesn't make it a good or bad pizza. This is a great pizza. Lots of flop. I'll be back with my final thoughts in a minute. It will also let the pizza cool down a little bit to see if the flop goes away, which happens a lot to these pizzas. That's why you can't just do one bite and determine whether it's good pizza. This is wow, the flavors are great. Their sauce, I like their sauce. Not too sweet. Their cheese, I don't know what they're using, but their cheese is excellent. And if you are watching this video and you know the cheese, or you want to tell me, sometimes they don't want to tell what their blend is. I think there's a blend in this cheese, but it's so good. It's so good. So I'll be back with my final thoughts. I am faced with a huge challenge here, whether to escalate this into my top 10 or not. I'll be back. I can't stop eating this pizza. It's great. However, I looked on their menu. I don't see gluten-free. I wouldn't expect it in this place. I just don't think they'd have enough call for it, for the type of bar they are. They might have it. And if you are watching this and you're from the Dipper Cafe and you know, let me know. This looks immaculate inside. If they did have gluten-free, I'm sure they would do a good job with it. This, you got to get over. Give them a try. Tell them Russ sent you. Get out there. Try new stuff. I know it's tough if you live, like this was almost an hour drive to get out here. So of course I'm not going to just jump in my car and come out to get a pizza. Luckily, I had to register the boat. Found myself out in the area. Like I always do, if I'm in an area, I see if there's a pizza place, and I'll give them a try. If you know of any new places, please let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's just been a great journey for me. This has been awesome. If you haven't seen my videos on London, I got 5 days in London. I've posted 4 of them. I have 1 more day to post. This may get posted before I post my 5th day on my London trip because I've been editing those, and these are easier to edit. That's a wrap. Get to the Dipper Cafe. Tell them I sent you, please. And hey, till the next time. So for those of you who gauge whether I like a pizza or not, on whether I finished it, I finished it. Also, I should mention the price. It was $13.50, I think, for a 2-topping pizza, which is on the lower end. Great job on that. Some of these are getting up there. $18 I paid, I think, for 2-topping pizzas. But 13 and some change, that ain't bad, especially for the quality.